Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight I'm doing something different. Instead of four short stories, I have one single viewer-submitted true story that is so long, so detailed, and so disturbing that it needs its own full-length video. This one came from a guy named Ryan in Aurora, Colorado. He asked me to change a couple small details for privacy, but everything else happened exactly as he described it. If you're home alone right now, maybe go check your basement or attic after this one. Let's begin. This all started in January 2024. Ryan was 36, freshly divorced after 8 brutal years of marriage. No kids, which he said was the only good thing that came out of it. He was lonely, depressed, and just wanted to disappear from his old life. So he bought a modest 3-bedroom ranch house in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Aurora, Colorado. The kind of street where people wave when they take the trash out and kids ride bikes until the streetlights come on. The house was built in 1998. It was a foreclosure, so he got it cheap. The realtor mentioned the previous owner had left in a hurry and some boxes were still in the basement. But Ryan didn't care. He just wanted walls around him and a door he could lock. He worked from home as a software engineer, so he basically lived inside that house 24/7. The first 4 months were completely normal. He set up his office in the spare bedroom, bought new furniture, and tried to start over. But around month 5, tiny things started happening that he couldn't explain. Food would disappear faster than it should. He lived alone and shopped the same way every week. Milk, eggs, deli turkey, frozen pizzas, those little cans of energy drink he liked. He started noticing the turkey pack would be almost empty 2 days after he bought it. Energy drinks would be gone when he was sure he had 4 left. He told himself he was just stress eating because of the divorce. Then the cabinets started being left open. He would swear he closed every single one before bed, but in the morning the kitchen looked like someone had been cooking. One day he found the coffee maker had been used overnight. Fresh grounds in the trash. He hadn't made coffee the night before. He brushed it off. "I'm just tired," he kept repeating to himself. Month 7 is when the fear really started. One night Ryan woke up at 3:15 a.m. to the sound of footsteps in the hallway. Slow, careful footsteps, like someone wearing socks, trying not to make noise. He lay there frozen, heart hammering, listening. The footsteps stopped right outside his bedroom door and stayed there. For almost 20 minutes he didn't move. When he finally worked up the courage to open the door, the hallway was empty. No one there. The next morning he saw wet footprints on the hardwood floor. Size 11 shoes. Ryan wears size 10. That's when he started getting paranoid. He checked every closet, every lock, put a chair under his bedroom doorknob every night. But the incidents kept coming. His clothes were being worn and put back. He would find shirts in the laundry that smelled like cheap cologne and someone else's sweat. His favorite gray Nike hoodie had a new small tear in the sleeve he never made. By month 11, Ryan was barely sleeping. He came home from the grocery store one afternoon and found his computer warm and on. He had turned it off before leaving. He was sure. When he moved the mouse, his email was open. And there was a draft message he never wrote. It was addressed to his ex-wife and said, "I still think about you every single day. I wish things had gone differently. Maybe one day you'll understand why I had to do what I did." Ryan almost threw up. That same night, he spent $800 on a full security camera system, 4 inside, 2 outside, night vision, motion alerts, cloud storage, everything. He installed them himself that weekend and finally felt safe. The first 2 nights after the cameras went up, nothing. He started to relax. Maybe it was over. Then he sat down on the 3rd night and reviewed the footage. At 2:47 a.m., while Ryan was clearly asleep in his bed on the bedroom camera, the living room camera showed something that destroyed him. A man walked out of the basement door, calm as could be. He went straight to the kitchen, made himself a sandwich with Ryan's food, and sat on the couch watching TV at low volume. The man looked exactly like Ryan. Same height, same build, same short brown hair, same face. He was wearing Ryan's gray Nike hoodie, the one with the new tear. He sat there eating and relaxing for 40 minutes like it was his own house, then cleaned up perfectly, walked back down into the basement, and disappeared. Ryan said he actually waited when he saw it. He called the police immediately. They searched the whole house, especially the basement. They found nothing. No hidden rooms, no signs of anyone living there. The basement looked exactly like Ryan had left it. Dusty boxes, old furniture from the previous owner. The cops basically told him the cameras must have glitched and suggested he see a therapist. But Ryan knew what he saw. He started sleeping with a gun on his nightstand. He reviewed every single hour of footage every morning. Over the next 3 weeks, he caught the man 7 more times. Sometimes the double would just walk around the house slowly, touching things. Sometimes he would stand at the foot of Ryan's bed for 20 minutes straight, staring down at him while he slept. Once the bedroom camera caught the man crawling onto the bed and lying down right next to Ryan, then turning his head and smiling directly into the camera. Ryan moved out the very next day. He paid a friend to pack up only the things he absolutely needed, and he's been living in hotels ever since. But here's the part that still gives me chills. 2 weeks after Ryan left, the new owners called him. They said they found something while doing renovations in the basement. Behind a false wall that Ryan had never noticed, a wall that looked completely normal, was a tiny hidden living space. Inside was a mattress, piles of Ryan's missing clothes, empty food wrappers from exactly the brands he bought, printed photos of Ryan taken through his own windows, and a diary. The diary entries were dated every single day since Ryan moved in. Day 1, he finally moved in. I've been waiting in this house since it was empty. Day 47, he still doesn't know I'm here. I like watching him live my old life. Day 312, he's starting to notice. He's scared now. Good. Day 426, tonight I'm going to lie next to him. I want him to feel how close I can get. The very last entry was written the day Ryan moved out. It just said, he left me. Now I have to find him again. The police never found the man. No fingerprints, no DNA that matched anyone. The new owners boarded up the space and moved out 3 months later. Ryan still lives in Colorado, but he moves every few months. He checks his hotel room cameras every night before bed. He told me he still wakes up feeling warm breath on the back of his neck, even when he's completely alone. And sometimes he gets emails from an anonymous account that only says, I'm still watching. See you soon. That was one of the most unsettling stories I've ever read. The slow way it built over 14 months. The fact that someone was living in the same house with him the entire time. It's the kind of horror that stays with you. If this one hit you hard, drop a comment with the timestamp that scared you the most. And if you have your own story that still keeps you up at night, especially if it involves your own house, send it to the email in the description. I read every single one. Stay safe out there. Lock your doors, and maybe check behind the walls tonight. I'll see you in the next video.